I'm a little bit scared. But they do have... He can give Aghanims to everybody, and there's some nice Aghanims here. We've got a Necro Ag, we got a Wraithing Ags, we got a Pugnus is probably not. Tusk Ags, you know, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think well, you give the Ags to the Wraithing first, right? Or would you give it to the Necro? Dude, but the Wraithing Ags is pretty legit.
It is also pretty legit as well. I mean, if he,
if he gets
he needs to get to the point. He needs to get his Radiance, he needs to get his Manta, but he still needs armor, because there's a lot of minus armor on this team. So that's the problem with the Alchemist that I see, is that...
Isn't he just going to get constantly ganked at the start by like the Chen?
That could also, but the physical damage also, even if he does get the Radiance, he's got... This hero has very low armor. Look, Venge, Clinks, Visage. Visage will build toward that Medallion Solar Crest. Venge already has the built-in minus armor.
Let's have a look. This is going to be an interesting one. IG with the XXS Alchemist.
Huh. I like that they have an Alchemist pick that works really well with their synergizing of their heroes, but picking it into this full push lineup, I thought could be concerning. But let's see if they're able to do it. IG did not put... They weren't the ones that actually picked the Alchemist. All right. That yesterday. And they've got very little wave clear. So...
Oh my goodness, and yeah, level 14 Prophet.
All right, well, let's see how this one plays out.
Let's have a look. Can IG pull it together here against Liquid? And Liquid with the full-on push strat. If they get ahead, they could be ending this game around the 20-minute mark.
KuroKy, Miracle's running out to the lane fast, and Kuro just sends him home. Okay. Well, they're still having some fun, clearly. So that's good. And it is, we've got mind control on Prophet.
Yeah.
So take notes, Bulldog people in the chat, take notes.
Well, would you say the best Prophet in the world?
Best Prophet in the world?
Best Prophet.
I actually think Bulldog is so good at Nature's Prophet too, though. So I don't know. I mean, it has to be mind control. Bulldog is probably up there, though. He's really, really good with the Treants. Sorry, Donger.
Let's have a look at how well MC can do this game.
So we've got this dual pressure lane, Wraith King Pugna. Trying to run down Matumba. They could get lots of kills on Matumba in the laning phase, depending on how KuroKy plays. See what they can abuse on this Visage. Mid lane, Miracle should be able to get some nice free farm.
Yeah.
He can't really pressure the Alchemist too far out unless he gets rotations over. I guess the one thing is like XSS has to maybe be a little careful of some Furion TPs maybe, but he's got the Coiling Blade always right off the bat.
Got him. See who can grab this rune. Oh, Matumba doesn't get it. Just get sent back though. Kuro worried about sort of the amount of damage he was taking there, so Matumba man will regen up in the fountain.
That's kind of cool, right? They go for the send back into walk in, grab bounty. He didn't get it, so IG will claim 3. But there you saw the power already. The Pugna and the Wraith King, Visage and Chen they can't hold up for this unless some mistake happens. And Q looks like he's waiting for a courier snap in mid.
I'm interested to see if Miracle does get the courier sent out that early.
Oh. GH and Mind Control actually forced Aggressive to TP to the Tier 1 tower. They just stood in front of the creep wave with Treants and Avenge. And
this is, yeah, really so that Arash you're talking about with Avenge. Wave of Terror, plus just getting Treants and right clicks on Aggressive. It's going to hurt on these early levels. It's constantly spamming that Wave of Terror, GH. Such a low mana cost. 25 mana.
Yeah, 25 mana, 60 damage. It's crazy efficient. Oh. Did they block the camp? So they did body block, it looks like, again, on the bottom side. So we see KuroKy trying to look for a creep. And we'll find the netter.
Yeah, he's got it. We'll see where he makes a move with the Dark Trail Summoner. Then CS, as you see Miracle 7-2. Slight edge at the moment against XXS. Once that acid spray does start to get leveled up, it is going to be harder. He thinks to stand his ground.
Should still do pretty good. He's going to get free farm on the Clinks.
Okay. And KuroKy's heading over to Wildsmith, but XXS salves up in the trees.
This is the key. To actually make sure that you can put the actual pressure on Alchemist rather than him just spray down constantly and keep Miracle kind of low. But Kuro knows he can't go for this kill. Matumba Man's still getting some last hits down here, and he was kind of alone.
He's doing okay.
Yeah, level 3 as well. And a hasted Kuro.
And not having too much trouble at all finding the farm, despite this Wraith King Pugna lane. With SRF and Baboka coming out.
Top lane's the big win for Liquid. 11 and 7 on the Nature's Prophet. I think some of those, of course, have been Treant and Eyes, but...
Sure. But every time, you know, Aggressive sort of tries to get close to the lane, GH is there with the threat of the Wave of Terror Magic Missile.
Yeah, I mean, they've got this dual-ranged, high damage between the two of them on Liquid, while on IG, it's a Tusk, melee hero. Not the easiest. SRF.
Won't quite be able to find him, and the Skeleton does lose his Troll Summoner.
Skeletons finish it off.
And then Miracle, down to his last tango, and will be forced to skill the Skeleton Walk there. Did have it prepared. In fact, that little cheeky skill of it.
He's gonna go for it?
Oh, that was very nice. I think he...
Wow.
Oh, and wastes a salve as well. Miracle with that outplay. I think he was holding on to that level 4 point. As soon as he sees Concoction being used, bam, levels it up and outplays him with the Skeleton Walk. That was neat. Neat little plays like that, getting him first blood and the solo kill.
And XXS probably took the stun a level, because he thought that he could get an opportunity there.
Because it was sort of, we were saying, you know, you sort of see a 2-3-0, you don't expect the Clinks to have Skeleton Walk that early on.
That was sick.
But Miracle saved the point.
That was so good.
Normally.
Top lane. Right click setting that up a bit too much. GH has this Fairy Fire as well as Wand Charges too, trying to bait them in. Matu is still farming really well down bottom.
You feel like in this lane he should have suffered a lot more.
I do feel so. I feel like they need to, I mean, they have to put pressure on Visage. As soon as Visage hits 6, that lane becomes a huge problem for IG.
Oh, top lane. They can make a go on to Q. They had the Magic Missile. Mind Control's got the stick charges. They'll just turn and beat him down. Mind Control gets the kill.
These two heroes have very good stack game between them. The Avenge as well as the Furion. They have some of the best stack game across all three as well. The Strength, the Agi, and the Int.
And the spawn lane, as we saw, the sort of great thing obviously about having the Chen, you know, Matuma Man got a little low, gets sent back, TP's back to the lane, he's back up to full and ready to continue to soak up the glory of this bottom lane. Yeah. Now with the good levels, you know, Mind Control, he can get those phase boots out to him. Just keeping control of this lane is going to be even easier for the two of them. Just the power of having that first pick bench.
And now with the last like 60 seconds or so, if they wanted to try to get on Matu, like you said, he got sent home, but also there was a tornado being sent, and it's up again. So that's going to stop them from trying to be aggressive onto this Visage.
Matu's got the straight ring of hell, so he's got that extra sustain. Top lane, GH, to try and go for that bounty rune. And they've got the Sprout to hold back aggressive and Q. Same time, indeed, Baboka being chased by the army of Kuroki. Mind Control trying to turn his attention towards aggressive. GH on the man.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but Baboka went for a point in Nether Ward instead of the decrypt that we tend to see. Well, we don't really see too much support Pugna anyway.
No. Yeah, certainly played in a very different capacity to how we're used to. And something that, I mean, I feel, what's sort of the downsides of support Pugna? Because you're right, we don't see it.
You don't get your levels.
Yeah.
It's the same as like most of those heroes that you want to get your early level 6. Your stacking's really weak, you're very squishy, you don't have a stun. So as support, you can be a bit limited. It's similar to like with the Zeus support, right? Where you do tons of damage, but so looks like with the first siege wave, they're trying to apply some pressure onto this tier 1 tower mid for Liquid. Meanwhile, Matu just stays down bottom, getting closer and closer to that Dominator.
And this is a lot of damage early on onto this tier 1 mid, as you say. 6 minutes in and it's nearly gone.
Yeah, they've got the glyph available too.
Not going to make a go on to Miracle. Go in with the snowball, the shards. I don't think they've got detection. No, it doesn't look like they do, and that's going to be the tower down. Kuroki gets the last touch upon it. That's 3 heroes coming mid. They didn't have detection. Miracle gets to walk out absolutely free.
They don't really have the Tusk is their only ganking hero too. Like Pugna doesn't go make ganks. Very difficult for you. Now Aggressive getting bullied by Mind Control with the Treants while the rotation happened.
Matuma Man, it's halfway through his level 5 towards that 6. Certainly not sort of the slow start for Liquid that IG were going to hope they'd be able to enforce on them. Mind Control, as you say, it's the dream start for him.
Yep. Bottom.
42 and 17.
They look like they're trying to go for Matuma Man here.
We'll
get able to finish him this time.
Only being able to put an end to him on this bottom lane does take them to 3 heroes. That rotation from Q.
I do feel like ideally IG, they really wanted that to happen earlier. They wanted to be able to do that at least once or twice before this 7-minute mark, because this is it's still almost level 6.
Top lane mind control, trying to go with the outplay on aggressive, but aggressive does, of course, have the Ghost Shroud, pops a salve during it. It's that insane amount of health regen. Bottom lane, the dive, happening onto GH. GH should go down, the snowball comes in and he will drop. Look at the kill on GH, Miracle coming in from the side, just looks to see if he can find some pickoffs off the back of this. Again, positioned to find someone, but SRF is already healing up.
And SRF is also 6, holding that skill point for the Reincarnate.
Miracle unable to find that kill yet. I mean, they can maybe try for SRF twice if he goes too far down. They do still have Kuro and Matumbaman here.
He is pushed very far now.
They'll try for it. Take him down the once, yes. Can they do it a second time? Should have a pretty good chance to do so. They got the slow from Matumbaman, but there's the Decrepit Find. Nice play from Blaboka. Decrepit Find Netherward puts any chance of Liquid getting that kill.
Looks like he should have been okay just with the regular TP anyway, because they don't have any disable there just yet. They didn't have the Centaur or the Visage level 6.
Top lane looks to try and compile in onto aggressive. Q's there with backup. They still have Snowball. It's GH and mind control. Be careful about how they poke at this. Just trying to get some damage onto this tower at half health for the moment, 8.5 minutes in.
XXX has gotten a lot of space though for Miracle moving around. 1800 toward that Radiance, top of the net worth. And I do believe it was at least a 2-for-2 bounty exchange in the last time too, so always benefiting XXS. So Visage, level 6, Dominator finished. A much more threatening presence now.
Spawn him. So with that, I'm ready to push him. Fortification coming out. SRF still 2 minutes without that Reincarnate, so just be a little careful. Mid lane Miracle trying to get in position to set up onto Q. Quick snowball. They still have a shards if there's any way of playing his way out of there, but there isn't. The damage is too high. Miracle finds the solo pickoff.
Miracle getting all small items so far. Treads, Aquila, Soul Ring, even getting a wand now brought out to him. So he wants to be the one making active moves around the map and just being that presence.
On bottom lane, trying to go for SRF whilst he's still without the Reincarnate. They've got the stun control from Kuro's army. TPs are coming through though. Q turns to the fight as well as aggressive. As SRF, can he get away? Soul Assumption, not a lot. SRF will live. They'll turn with a Reaper's Scythe kill. It brings down Kuroki after the Reaper's Scythe, but he's still down. Matumbaman will manage to make it away. So, reactions from IG, keeping SRF safe. Having them get a kill. Blaboka, he's ended up pretty deep on his own here. As GH and mind control on a bit of a wild goose chase. They do manage to trap him up in the Sprout. And will find Blaboka at least. So a trade, support for support.
He accepted his death. He bought the dust and he's like, all right. At least I spent my gold. And they are making time. Time for their Alchemist, who pretty much has, it's pretty close to relevant now.
He's making good time on him. See on the net worth how it sits at the moment, and indeed he's a step ahead with that maxed out Grievel's Greed. He's going to find that Radiance a good time.
They've only lost 1 tower so far too. But that's gonna increase right now. Well, Liquid sets up for top with both Furion as well as Visage.
Bottom lane. The collapsing past the tower onto GH, who's alone. SRF aggressive and Q. Find another now.
They can get this tower for themselves with the Pugna here.
Mid lane.
Oh wow, that mid tower was that low actually.
That's a tier 2 tower gone at 11 minutes, Miracle finds.
I guess XXS has been jungling quite a bit, so...
He's been keeping away from the lane.
Yeah.
Which is, sure it's cost him his tower, but it has, as we've said, meant that he has been able to farm very well, undisturbed, and go pick up the relic.
It's like some of these few heroes that actually benefit from farming jungle that heavily. Like the Alchemist, the Medusa, Shadow Fiend, these heroes that can just clear it or get bonus gold so fast. But now top tier 2, very quickly brought down, as we were mentioning. As soon as they get the Dominator on the Visage, they get the 6, that's when they start looking to go for the Siege. And they're actually pinging the high ground.
Why
Liquid
not?
wants to go
We know
push.
how good their push is.
There's no Radiance still for XXS, so can they breach this? They've Forced reactions.
See Miracle. Hunting for action towards the mid. XXS does have the Chemical Rage on at the moment. Not really the target they want to go for. Yeah, looks like the push will be slowed down by IG. Liquid starting to disperse. Miracle heading down towards bottom. Sees a tier 1 tower still for the taking.
You see that happen like a good amount of times. People just, you see a 5-man push coming, they 3 people TP and then, all right, good, that's our job done. Go push out bottom, go for a rush. As soon as they reset, there's still no Radiance.
I'm excited. Mind Control, he's just stockpiling the gold. He had the drums queued up, but can you think of anything crazy that he could be like, well, I'm just going to buy this instead with this amount of money I've got? Anything big, like a big wombo item that he could just pull out?
Yeah, I've seen him buy mech before.
I've seen him buy mech, I've seen him buy Meteor Hammer. He's still saving that money. Is he going to get the Deso for the team? Looks like no, Klinks is getting the Deso, so unlikely that he'll do that himself.
It's just going to be Orchid.
Okay, he goes to the Orchid instead of the drums.
It looks like he was deciding.
Yeah. With that amount of gold, he's going to be very close to having it. Not quite there. It is going to be a quick one. Talking about quick ones, that is the Radiant stun for XXS.
Liquid knows that they don't want to take this to the later stages, though. They don't want this to get too much further. So with that Aegis, they're looking to breach fully now. Now this is not a, we're going to poke and force reaction. This is a, we're going to commit. IG has to start setting up. They kill the birds.
And they're in on Matumba. The swap for GH keeps Matumba man safe. They'll actually be able to keep him out of there as well as Mind Control puts down a Sprout and holds back IG. They're still wanting to push him. Miracle starting to hit onto the tower, just get caught out by the shards. They've got the stun though from the Familiars onto both Aggressive and SRF. Aggressive gets the Ghost Shroud off the heal as well. SRF is still alive. They get a Reaper Sight. Bam! That's going to be Miracle down for 50 seconds. XXS with the stun ready. Throws it down onto Mind Control. They're chasing down Matumba, taking the Aegis out of the hands of the Visage. Mind Control sprouts himself in, but they've got the vision from the Sigil. Mind Control cannot escape. They've lost 3 on Liquid. GH getting surrounded by the creeps. He could be in trouble as well as IG turn their attention towards the Venge and find him. Only Matumba man able to get out as IG will hold. And this is only going to get scarier for Liquid if they continue to fail pushes into this Radiance Alchemist. This game's going to get harder and harder.
The Necro barely died as well. What ended up killing him was the double tornado from Kuroki from the Chen, but also the Vengeance Aura. That Vengeance Aura actually turned and killed him off. But IG hold successfully.
It was an Aegis push as well. The tier 3 tower is still alive.
Matu lost his birds at the start. Have to go for that resummon. Now this is scary. They need to get their lanes back out. Get a situation where they can actually go for those big pushes again. They are a very reliant pushing lineup still on Liquid. This is not a good moment for them, not able to get even the tier 3. If they got the tier 3 and lost a couple heroes, then they can at least get some shrines, get some more gold going their way, but getting halted quite heavily by IG. Well, it looks like, okay, so it's 1 blade mail. I saw SRF had 1 queued up. He's gone for the blink though.
So you say, when are you expecting the Axe to sort of come out of the Axe? Not for a long time. You don't.
No.
No, it is going to be sort of just still go for the 6th slot and then.
Maybe not full 6, but at least like 3 or 4 items. He's gone for the blink too, so they want to jump on top of Liquid, get that initiation going with both the Raking and the Alchemist at the same time before Liquid's ready for it. Because you've seen them, like, they prepare to go for that siege. If they can just jump in and start the fight, then it might catch Liquid off guard again.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Matumba can pick up that full solar crest. She's the chance to Desolate to done on Miracle. And Orchid on Mind Control. So starting to hit these items that are not only going to just help them with the push, but also help them just find the kills in these fights, which has sort of been the struggle, as we saw in that last attempt at pushing high ground.
Has he finished the Solar Crest? Okay, yeah. Because they have the Medallion and the Solar Crest, so that
okay, so you have different instances.
Yeah. Oh, aggressive. Very far up right now. Looking extremely dead.
He's got the blade mount. And they can certainly wait that out and hold him down throughout it. As aggressive indeed. Just a little too far out on that top lane.
Almost able to get the Reaper on GH. Probably, it would have been close. He would have probably lived though. Now they continue. It's time. Set up the push again. They've got a couple more items, though, like you're mentioning. They've got Medallion, Solar Crest, Desolator. And the Orchid finished up on the Nature's Prophet as well.
Correct. We'll look to start to build the auras up. It's got the pipe queued up.
Yeah, they want to get a big kill before they go for it. Miracle also didn't have the Desolator delivered either. I thought he actually picked it up in time, but...
And now he's got it, but yeah, so just has to run a little way over to his team.
They want to get some control over this bottom area because they haven't gotten any of these bottom the bottom two towers, and they have they just have no vision here at all. This is IG's territory, and that's the best place for an Alchemist to farm. Mind control, going for a kill on Baboka top. Does not pop because the stick charges back off in base.
Miracle should be able to duck back in and finish this tier 1 tower. More money in for the team of Liquid. They, of course, themselves at the moment only have lost the one tier 1 tower. IG.
Oh, they've got those blink daggers we were talking about to try to catch Liquid off guard. Miracle.
There's the jump. With the red fire blast, they've got the dust, they've got it. Miracle gone for a minute. Quick, clean initiation and takedown from IG. Mind control, of course, instantly in with the push. Knows that the full team of IG is down bottom. Wants to look to try and force them back.
This game for Liquid's very important about just lane control. Keeping those lanes always pushed in onto IG's side of the map. So when they do get those kills, yeah, they're going to farm a lot, but it doesn't lead to anything huge. GH was able to get a sneaky, or they were able to get a sneaky ward down during this as well. GH is stalking on top of Aggressive right now, who looks like he might be what they're looking for.
The swap. Into the stun, holding him down during his Ghost Shroud. He's got the Orchid out from Mind Control. Aggressive is popped instantly. 40 seconds.
We're going to find out about Roche in about a minute and a half.
Next success pretty much with the full Manta. So now the problem for Liquid comes in the sense that IG are really going to be able to keep up that pushback going on multiple lanes.
Yeah, he still is pretty squishy though.
Yeah, if they can find him.
Still only 9 armor, and they've got, like we said, the Solar Crest, the Medallion, the Venge Terror. So many ways to pierce through that, and the Desolator. How are we doing toward BKB? So Miracle is going to be going for that next. Same thing with Mind Control. So that's probably their next, the big timings is next Roche, BKBs, maybe Matumba Man has an AC at the same time too, conveniently, but they've also even got the Spirit Vessel on GH. So if the Alchemist doesn't have the Manta up, they can't throw that on top of him too, but IG looking to play around their vision bottom. They had sights of the Venge.
Let's see what they get here. SRF and XXS ready with those blinks. Wrapping around towards me. Chemical Rage is out. Stable Concoction starting to be built up. Who's he going to look for the jump on? He'll find Miracle. Does get him, but they don't have detection on the front line. So Miracle will be swapped to the side. Does comes out, but Miracle's already out of there.
3-man bridge stomp.
Second Concoction coming out as they'll look towards Matumba Man. Raid Fire Blast into the stun. They'll head in. Child Q actually just melts it to Miracle's damage. Look at the Reaper Scythe out onto Matumba Man, which will bring him down. Now for 70, again, those stuns from the army of Kuro. Kuro keeps himself alive with the stick charges, the familiar stuns from Matumba Man, holding down this Alchemist. Another Concoction comes out, though, on top of Miracle. Miracle stick charges isn't enough to save him. It's not. Miracle will fall. Magic Missile onto SRF. It's a Crepify, buying him some time. He's trying to walk his way out of there, but he'll pop. They've lost 3 on IG. XXS still on the retreat. Matumba Man seeing if he can quite chase down the Alchemist. The buyback from SRF as the Rat was coming into play. Mind Control was pushing heavily top. Does nearly find that melee racks. Walking to Baboka. Out with the silence.
He'll take that one.
Yeah, maybe able to just pick up a free kill on the way out, and he does. So Mind Control.
And now Q. Oh, Q just TP'd right into them.
No, he did.
He really did.
Oh, he did. Q. And XXS, he says they want to fight. The buybacks are going to come out. They want to go for this, but the familiar stuns coming out from Matumba Man. It's going to mean they can find Q. Matumba Man will fall, though. He's down a second time. That is a dieback. Q was right. As GH has gone as well, Q giving his life there to keep the fight going for IG.
Well, worth it.
Absolutely.
He got all his teammates back up in time there to get on him. These concoctions.
Oh,
cooldown.
Look at it go. You'd think he had an Arcane Rune and an Octarine Core. He doesn't. That's just a spell with the talent, boys.
It's just always up.
It's pretty crazy. How many stuns did we see there?
I don't know. I think like 6, 7.
Add another one to that. What's after 7? 9.
Himself.
Oh my goodness.
What a back and forth game of non-stop fighting though.
I mean, IG are going to be so happy with this. As we said, the fact that this all-in push that Liquid went for, IG are managing to falter it.
How many buybacks was it total? It was 2 from both sides, or was it 3 from one side?
Now we'll look here.
I see 2 from both sides.
2 from both sides.
Okay.
And as we saw, Matumbaman did instantly die a second time.
He did.
So, all in all, some hot stuff here from IG. XXS, as expected, storming ahead on this Alchemist, 19k net worth.
Yeah.
Exactly where he wants to be.
Does he have the plate mail? Oh my god, he's got like the full Shivas now. So that armor we were talking about that was the problem, no longer going to be. And it didn't really seem like the problem. He was in the front lines anyway.
Oh yeah, XXS was just straight in. Stun after stun after stun. And yeah, as you say, with the Shiva's Guard on top of the Radiance, lots of great ways to sort of clean out the army of Liquid summons that they're bringing in every time.
Yeah, full Shivas now.
Roshan's up.
They can just keep looking to fight now on IG. The Rosh will die too fast for them to react, so they're going to have to play into an Aegis Cheese.
XXS. Does he want to look to go? Off the Shiva's Guard. They've got the concoction. It's going to be GH caught out in front. That's one down.
Matu gets caught in the shard.
Oh, that shard! Beautiful. He makes himself a nice little igloo there, Q. Trapping Matumbaman in. And that's the Aegis gone. They'll surround him. They're not ready to let him go anywhere. As another concoction's out and ready and bound with the Reaper's Scythe. Matumbaman dead for 75.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
With the barracks. A split push coming out from the mind control treants.
Yep. And he was pretty close to getting that melee Rex during all that last situations. If he had gotten it, that would have been super worth it for Liquid. But IG claiming the advantage now, even though the range Rex will die eventually to those birds.
At this point, it really is the route that they've got to be most worried about, IG. Oh, SRF. Can't really do this on his own.
No. So it looks like it's going to be Octarine next, and then we'll probably just see those.
Oh, I hope he gets it for the Wraith King nice and early. I want to see some Aghanim's Wraith King action.
You got to give it to aggressive, right?
It's so good at SRF, dude. Oh, the swap. GH, the stun as well. Onto Q. Q falling low to the Spirit Vessel. That's going to be Q buying some time with the Snowball. It's the punch, but he'll still fall. Q's dead. SRF looking for GH in response. XXS jumps in with the concoction and we'll get it.
And now he's got the concoction damage.
Oh, that's right. All of those were before the plus 400.
Yeah.
Oh, max damage. 800 nuke on an 8-second cooldown. Also stuns for 4 seconds, by the way. Wow.
Lovely.
My goodness. It's pretty crazy to see.
Look at that. SRF, as the offlane Wraith King, actually takes the strength talent.
He doesn't like the skeletons.
Not the skeleton
He doesn't like the skeletons.
My thrift reward.
A little too spooky for him.
So BKB now on Miracle. We saw My Control's BKB revealed down bottom too. They've got 2 of those. And they still have, I believe, the cheese, right, on Matumbaman? Yeah. So they still kind of have that, but IG, they've got a 24,000 net worth Alchemist.
Oh, he's big.
Who's about to have Octarine finished.
I mean, was it last TI when this was like XXS's hero? Was that last year? He used to play a lot of
offlane.
Oh, he was it last year, wasn't he?
XXS was offlane, yeah.
Right. Maybe it was during this season. There's definitely been a LAN where XXS Alchemist was absolutely a thing, I swear. He's definitely one of the OG Alchemist pickers. He's going for AC next. And then hopefully after that AC, that's when the Ags come out.
Oh, he switched. He switched from Octarine.
Yeah.
More armor to deal with all that.
I mean,
Liquid is all minus armor.
When you have AC and Shivas, you are... I mean, against this lineup, as we've been saying as well, that's pretty much all physical.
Yep. Just stack it up.
You're feeling very beefy.
Yeah, 39 now on the Salk. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's not going for the Ags.
He's going
for
the
all about
Abyssal
himself.
too.
He's very selfish. Get in the Abyssal.
Wouldn't you be? He's playing really well, right?
I mean, he's playing fantastic. I mean, he doesn't need his team. We've seen him. He just goes in, stuns everybody with the concoctions. He doesn't need backup.
I mean, I think in particular they want the bashers and the
Yeah.
abyssals just for the clinks. It's like the best way to deal with the clinks is having
He
that.
doesn't stun people enough. He wants to stun them even more.
Yeah. Because then he can do a concoction into abyssal, into another concoction. There you go.
It just doesn't stop. The Timberman himself also very close to having an AC for the team. He's the rest of the money for the Hyperstone.
Level 14 on the Visage this game. Even the support Pugna is above him. Level 15. Same thing with GH, level 15.
We'll check that out so we can see it.
Been getting punished a lot. They're focus firing him so much in the situations. Mind Control has queued up the Bloodthorn and pretty much has it done. Can buy it if he wants to.
Get the Shrine bottom. As well as the tier 2.
Both teams just setting up similar pushes.
It's Miracle. Goes BKB into the Hex. As his Clink's build of choice.
I think most clinks tend to build the Hex after getting like a good damage item or so. We've seen a bunch of Maelstroms, we've seen a few Desos. Cool. I think we saw one Medallion. Like you said, this is what they have to watch out for. The Miracle, already positioned. 1,000 damage on it, no problem.
He's down to the trees, straight away with the TP.
The glyph is still available. He did get 1,000 damage on it, but they held the glyph.
Boca still pushing, putting pressure on that top lane. And, willing to leave TP out as soon as he senses anything coming in.
He's got the perfect items now on the Pugna. He's got the the Aether Lens, of course, from earlier, and then the Glimmer Cape to protect him.
I guess that's a nice thing as well at this stage of him pushing lanes like that. He's not a core, so if he does die, it's not really the end of the world. And he can do a lot of pushing on his own, because at the end of the day, he still has the Nether Blast. Doesn't matter what he's got.
Yep. Matu hits 15, so 40% experience. We were saying how he is under-leveled. That'll help him at least catch back up. We've noticed already 30 minutes in the game, and IG are feeling pretty comfortable. Even though, you're with an Alchemist, you're not really keeping that big advantage you want. The 3 cores on the side of Liquid are a good amount over the Necro as well as the Wraith King.
True, it's...
Until the Aghanim starts coming out.
As you say, you look at XXS on the board and it's like, he's in a great place, but the fact, the overall team difference in net worth is even. It's not great for the Alchemist.
Yeah. I mean, Aggressive's been afraid because of those situations that happen like top, where he goes out just a bit too far and will die to the Nature's Prophet TP just plus the Clinks. They've now given, of course, the gem to Aggressive to protect him. As they still do play around XXS, though. They're going to think there's some vision around here. It was just a Clink standing there for that Nature's Prophet ulti to bounce onto Q.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Looking over here as well, maybe suspecting the Obs ward could have been on the other side of the route. Lane, Miracle. Just have to be careful. It's a Necro. Getting closer. Gem at the moment on SRF.
Oh, doesn't. As the split push continues. Mind Control going for a Hex next as well, so they will be able to get 2 Hexes soon on both Miracle as well as Mind Control. But yeah, the farm is really being absorbed mostly by IG's Alchemist on their team. The other two, not really getting much. But Boca's also started to take a bit too. That's why you saw the Wraith King stop farming for quite a while.
Still not the Ags. He wants that BKB next as well.
Oh, he switched from the Basher, right?
Oh,
okay. He switched away from the Basher. Stuns himself again. Doesn't matter to dodge it. Come on.
BKB, understandable with that, but he's seeing those hexes come into play.
Yeah.
Needs to have that BKB before the fight. I mean, he doesn't fight with Zeus. We will see if it does invest. Yeah, he does. So he does get the BKB.
He saw the blink. Okay.
Okay.
They already have they've got the Wraith King with
yeah,
it.
they've got other ways to set up. That they do have the Tusk as well. Yep. The Shard, the Snowball to get in, but...
he just wants to just run in and allow his other guys to do everything too. Like, Wraith King's going to go first, then Alchemist is just going to charge in, and that'll give Aggressive the position to sit in the back lines with this Blink Force stuff and get the Reaper. They can't stop him. Like, Bob's BKB, he's just going to run right through. Can never really think that you're the tankiest hero ever, though, because they do have ways to go through with all this minus armor anyway, even if he is double down on Shiva's and AC.
Looking for a fight here. XXS and SRF. So SRF, the one, looking for the initiation, jumps in. Finds the Raid Fire, GH is there with the swap. Will mean that he took the concoction. That's going to mean that both of them get caught out by it. Reaper Side comes down onto GH. Get the kill.
Matumba Man turned around and walked back in and got hit by the concoction AoE.
Success thinking about going in onto Kuroki. Will force out the buyback from GH.
They're looking to start a fight while My Control split pushes bottom. Oh, and they didn't kick the gem actually. All right, GH is happy about that one.
Miracle finds SRF. Finds them once. Does get the Blade Mail off before the Hex comes into play, but Miracle continue to hit on. They've got the Bloodthorn, they've got the trap with the Sprout. They'll take SRF down, and that's the gem.
Oh, they
got the gem.
Aggressive must have just passed off that
He
gem.
gave it to earlier. He gave it to him earlier. Because SRF had it earlier mid.
Okay.
So it looked like, because he was the one jumping in and starting the fights. So they wanted it so they could obviously find the Ray Fire Blast onto Miracle.
Liquid's just trying to split them up. Every time they make a reactionary play, they're trying to catch off the people that go back and look at this rush. It is... What?
Could be the quickest rush I've seen at the 30-minute mark in quite some time.
Be one of the fastest Roche I've ever seen die.
Oh, poor Roche. Well, at least the pain was quick.
Yeah. Jesus. I'm checking how much minus armor really quick. It's a lot.
Full Hex done for Mind Control, so that secondary Hex in play. They've got a lot of lockdown.
It's like 29 minus armor plus penitence, so... Yeah. And they have Avenge Aura.
Here we go. Yeah. There's those Aghanims.
He's got to start building it.
He's going to start building them now.
Alrighty. He's super farm, but are we still looking at the Wraith King as well as the Necron? They're 11k net worth. Their net worth has not moved.
They needed Aghanims. They need 2 Aghanims. He did have the Abyssal Q. I'm sure that was his team shouting at him.
He keeps
come on! Give us an Ags. Matumba Man trying to start things, but XXS with the BKB looks towards Matumba Man, gets the stun out. Matumba Man, he's got the Aegis. He's going to be back from round 2. Miracle onto Starlink and then Hex out onto Q. Trying to keep himself like Q actually being decrepified. Buys him some time. He's still alive now. Finally pops the Bloodthorn Soul Burn. Look towards XXS, he's able to Manta. Gets swapped back by GH. The Reaper side coming out onto Kuro. Won't be enough to kill him. The Sprout controlling SRF. SRF still has the reincarnate. Ready for round 2. XXS looks to go back into the acid spray down, getting stunned up by the familiars. He's trying to get concoction out. Can he get it out in time? He can. With the concoction out, he gets the double kill. Miracle on the side trying to bring down SRF, but the blade mail's out and Miracle's got to back up. Boca looking for Miracle. Miracle has been dusted, but he's got the movement speed to get out. Back towards the middle lane. Mind Control is going to be able to sprout himself and TP back to safety. Q did have to buy back for that one, but it is going to mean another one fight for IG.
It was looking great for Liquid too. They used the resummon on the birds, and then they all just took... I don't know. I guess the Alchemist just did 1,000,000 damage when he threw the concoction on them and just ran on them. Yeah, because it looked like Liquid was going to win the fight until I just saw one concoction fly out and catch Kuro and Matu, because the Reaper side didn't do anything. There's so much stuff to click on. I was trying to make sure that Clinkz also still had Death Pact. I didn't see if it wore out toward the end of it. I think he had it for the majority of the fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Who's getting those Aghanims? You think he's aggressive first?
Should be aggressive.
Give it to the Wraith King Axe is so good.
Oh, Q.
Oh. The D-Ward. Oh, coming towards a Miracle. Oh, Q could be in trouble. There he is. X and a couple of hits from Miracle. He's gone.
XXS just boarded down here. Does have the Arcane Rune though, so 20 seconds that Boots Trap will be back up and they can just back off anyway. Get themselves a tower denied too.
Success. Yeah, he's not quite got money for Aghanims and buyback, so maybe wanting to play it safe. Of course, not too far away from having money for both.
GH has been kind of quiet in the fights, but he's still getting a lot, almost level 20. So that's when they get the Vengeance aura damage, and he's almost got his own BKB too. So he's gonna be able to stand his ground and at least amplify his team's damage potential in the fights always.
SRF
went back for
back for the Vanguard.
Back for the Vanguard, because I guess he wants the Abyssal eventually. All right, let's see who gets it. What do you think, Owen? I still say Necro.
I say Wraith King.
Okay, let's see.
Go on, give it to SRF. He's your boy. He's your boy. There we have it.
Yeah, you called the Zeus earlier
I'm telling you. And then the Zeus was awful. And now I've called the Aghanims Wraith King, and the Aghanims Wraith King could be useless.
No,
but it's great.
Aghanims Wraith King is really, really good.
I'm telling you. It's sleeper OP.
I believe in it. I believe in it. It's 7 seconds delayed. You turn into a Wraith.
7 seconds.
All right, 7, right?
Yeah, 7 seconds.
Yeah, 7.
7 seconds.
I'll give you it. I do love Wraith King Aghanims. Like I've been raving about it for like 4 supports and offlaners. But let's see what it does. Yeah, I guess even even if aggressive like dies, he can still like reverse something. In theory, it is pretty damn good.
It's the BKB from Miracle. He's on the retreat, gets swapped up by GH. GH will fall. They're still seeing if they can chase him, but Miracle should be fine with the movement speed. Gets himself away.
Liquid still has the 1k gold advantage.
It's been a very close game in terms of team net worth throughout.
Matumba Man has it level 20, so faster familiars. Also the Aghanims finish, so triple familiars. Any level 25s coming out just yet. Not just yet, but looking at hero levels, it's Alchemist level 24, and then it's 4 of the Liquid heroes with 22, 21, 20, 19. The 19 is the same with the other heroes on the side of IG, but...
Top lane, they found Miracle. He's not got BKB for 20 seconds. He comes out, he's caught out, and that's going to be a Reaper's side kill. He's got 430 seconds. He does not have buyback.
He's 200 short. We have bounty runes coming up in 20 seconds. They could look to claim bounties to give him buyback.
Well, they get 2 bounties, he's got enough money.
2 bounties should be enough.
Oh boy.
Doesn't look like they're going to breach high ground just yet. They were kind of indecisive. Now they've turned around. XXS has boots of travel available too.
Will they know that he hasn't got buyback? I mean, as you say, it's so much on the verge. There's the 40 minutes. As you say, they need 2 bounty runes. If you're Miracle right now, you're screaming at your team to pick up those bounties. But no one's going for them. They're losing their base.
I think they're accepting that Rax might just die, and they're going to look to just push out the side lanes. Yeah, they haven't gone for the bounties at all. Now they kind of are.
There we go.
Okay, my control's starting to get them now.
He still needs that other one. But as you say, I guess they just sack in this top lane.
Yep.
I mean, GH does...
Oh, they want XXS. He gets the BKB off, though. He sees my control on the low ground.
XXS playing around on his own down bottom. Fortification comes out. IG. Surely they want to stand their ground and finish this one off. SRS back in. Gets decrepified. Turns with a stun. He's going to be popped once, but they get the melee racks. They get what they came for. They blink out. They're not going to push their luck any further. They'll play it safe. IG get the melee racks.
That could have been a chance where they get XXS bottom. Thing is, when my control ported on low ground, so he saw him for a second, gets the BKB off. Because if he gets Hexed, Bloodthorn, they might have the damage with Matumba Man.
Got it.
Hard to determine when it's a 40 armor alchemist, you know.
And once again, a very rich one. 9k gold. He's got money for...
Oh, 9k?
Yeah, he's got money for Ags and buyback. So if he wants to give an Ags to somebody else, I'd agree. Aggressive, I think, is definitely next on the list.
It's going to be Necro, right? He's going to give it to Tusk. I agree. He's going to give it to Tusk to boot people away. 5k gold advantage, though, now for IG. Having Miracle dead.
So, yeah.
Gave him quite an opportunity. Oh.
Yeah, Ags
I
on
see
the way.
Aghanims. Yep.
It's got to be aggressive.
It's got to be aggressive, yeah.
It's got to be aggressive. I don't know, really just, it depends who your best mate is.
It's pretty
That's
true.
what it's about.
He's like, aggressive. You're only level 19. You're the same level as Baboka.
And there we go. And wait, there we go. And there we go.
Okay. Well, at least we knew which ones he was going to. I think that was pretty obvious, though.
Yeah.
Shrine has fallen.
Obviously, this game is 42 minutes.
It's a lot about the Roshans anyway still. Yeah. Like, IG, they've been able to take a lot of these fights even versus it, but you see Liquid, they're just poised around this, waiting for it to spawn.
I mean, they take it so quick. IG literally have to be there before Roshan spawns to have a chance of contesting it.
It's an instant
It's just gone every time. IG. They find Miracle. No, he gets the BKB off in time. Has been slowed by the punch. He gets the Hex down. The Reaper's side is going to hold him down in place, and he gets swapped up for high ground away from the fight. In fact, GH trying to save him. It's going to mean that GH is in trouble. GH will fall. Matuma Man now being focused as well by SRF. He's trapped in the shards. Matuma Man cannot escape as a second dies on Liquid. Jump forward from Baboka. He's got eyes on Mind Control and Kuroki. Kuroki stunned up by the concoction. Another kill here for IG. Is XXS now godlike?
They can't breach through the tankiness of this
Miracle.
front line.
He's going straight in. Straight in for the push, straight in for the rat. Same thing for Mind Control.
And look at the birds. The birds are going toward top racks as well. All three racks trying to besiege.
Mind Control. Oh, he's found Q. He's got the Hex and the Bloodthorn. Q is going to be saved by the Decrepify. Now with the Life Drain as well, Q's fine. He turns. Snowball, saved from Baboka, allows IG to get the kill on Mind Control, but the top racks go down.
They actually went to all three lanes there. Familiar's top, Klink's mid, Nature's Prophet bottom.
I mean, it could win them the game. If they can keep rounding like this, sure. They lose a painful team fight. They may lose GH as well here. As IG, I don't think anyone on IG died there, did they?
No.
IG.
There's a clutch save by Baboka.
A single casualty.
Do you have the Dota plus? What's the prediction?
I do, but I don't know. I'm worried to press the hotkey because I think I'll pause the game.
Miracle has the BKB.
He's out.
Goes for the TP after Hex and Q, so there will not be a punch. Nice. Nicely done.
It was close. That was a close one.
SRF is pretty far out right now.
Oh. Okay.
Gets swapped in deeper as well.
He needs help, and he needs it now. Aggressive's there. The Decrepify again, Baboka. Look at the Blade Man up with the Hex, the heal, Baboka. Trying to save him, the Glimmer Cape as well, Baboka. SRF gets the blink out, he's fine. Baboka.
Oh my, the sentry went down late. Kuro had he had Obza queued up, you know, like when you're supporting, you have to switch to the sentry. He didn't have it in time. Baboka again.
It's clutch little saves. I mean, that was the Wraith King. Swap back beneath a tier 3 town. He gets out, thanks to Baboka.
Yeah.
At all. They're in position to take Roche.
They've got a DD on the out too, so they actually kill it at a faster pace. Liquid making it in time. It's 5,000 life, GH. GH scouts it.
They know what's up.
But it looks dead.
They can't do it. IG's going. Oh, GH!
Is he going forward for it?
He's trying for it. GH, can he do it? The Raider get the kill, but SRF gets the Aegis. GH dies, and so does immediately Mind Control.
And I think Mind Control got the refresher shard, but used it instantly.
Oh.
Now Kuroki's being chased. Matumba gets sent home.
Kuroki should fall. Mind Control buying back. We're watching for the Rat Boys, don't you worry. We got Miracle pushing mid. SRF still hot in the chase for Kuro. Here's Mind Control. He's ready to rat-a-tat-tat it down bottom, and Miracle's in on mid. He's going to get Decrepify, pops the BKB, not messing around. Wants to get that tier 3 tie. He's back it up. TP's coming in. Reaper side holds him down. The BKB's out. He's got the invis, but the dust is there. Punched up, thrown up into the air. Miracle surrounded. He'll get the Hex out, but it's not enough to save him. He's gone. IG keeping control of their base and keep the defense good despite the best rat attempts from Liquid. Tier 3 tower on the bottom falling low, and tier 3 mid is also low as well. Mind Control did have to buy back for that rat attempt.
Whew. Fight rate cap is not showing everything. I see the refresher shard usage, of course, because I think Mind Control misclicked. He was just trying to panic click things.
I think slammed his hand against the cable.
Yeah, you said SRF has Aegis, and I guess I didn't see. It didn't say on the fight recap if cheese was used either.
SRF's got a cheese in his backpack at the moment.
Okay.
So I imagine that. Probably, I think that must have been the one from that one.
Because usually, like, fight recap shows whenever they use it. So.
Yeah. Well,
Mind Control
to come through.
Continuing to do this. Gets the tower claimed. The back door is kicked in, though. And IG knocking on the front door now. Another 9,000 gold on XSS.
They don't want to buy back on Miracle. But they're going to have to. They don't want to afford losing a second Rax. They've been forced into this by IG. Success, stunned up by the Familiars. Can they get Miracle into the fight to do the damage that he wants to? Fortification pop by Liquid and IG. They'll respect it. They'll back off. Side lanes, of course, being pushed in. The Treants down bottom from Mind Control.
I think it's pretty rare to see. We only have one level 25 still in this game. They're always about to hit them soon, though.
That third Aghanim Scepter at the moment coming out from XXS. We'll go the way of the Pugna, you'd imagine.
Yeah, probably.
Not the Tusk. As much as, you know, Q's been doing some cute little plays.
So has Baboka.
So has Baboka.
He's 6'2" and 24 on the support Pugna. Gotta give him credit.
That's pretty impressive. Jeez. Good
lad. Up.
Oh, he bought back for this.
He's done. 100 seconds.
Oh, no. He's out of it.
They set the trap.
IG know it.
He just gets caught trying to get some information for his team.
Mind Control's got a route harder than he ever has before.
He's trying.
He's trying.
The TPs are pretty back.
Doesn't really have the right click build for sort of routing, so it's not as quick as it could be. But he's drawing their attention away from mid. See mid as well. SRF being gone on, gets swapped back. They have managed to sort of take them apart. Mike Chod gets able to get the BKB and the TP out. Back towards mid, SRF. He's going to go down a second time, but he's got the Aegis. He's ready to fight once more. Killing the Liquid's army surrounding them. Hex comes down, SRF. He's gone.
The Axe.
The Axe Wraith. He's got 7 seconds of glory to fight from the grave. Aggressive. Reaper's side. Won't get the kill on Matuma Man, but the right clicks will. Matuma Man does have buyback. XXS charging down Kuro. Another concoction. The Sprout from Mind Control keeping Kuro safe. Matuma Man buys back. Aggressive. Shroud 25 seconds until he has the Reaper side back up again. But the mid racks will get cleaned up. IG. The second melee racks and the range racks mid. Nose head straight towards bottom. Still 30 seconds without Miracle. Could have been more painful. Aggressive didn't get the kill with the Reaper side, so Liquid are going to be fortunate in that sense. It's not the extended death timer for Miracle. He is back in less than 20. Mid lane. The Treants. The little weird...
They can't do it.
Anemone
It's
things.
backdoor for now still. The top is pushing in though, and now Mind Control will be able to go for the backdoor. But their bottom racks...
Success. He's going to get stunned. He's going to get swapped back. XXS. He's going to get forced down. He's got the grab fight again for both with the save. Reaper's side. Down onto Kuroki. Kuroki's still alive for now. He's trying to get back. He's got buyback available and he'll get straight back in. GH with the BKB. Mind Control sprouts down as XXS controlling it, but XXS has the BKB. Trying to get the concoction out and Sorby can't. Miracle with his own BKB. The damage isn't enough. The punch slowing down. Miracle turns with a Hex. There's going to be buybacks from both Baboka and Aggressive. Looking to get back in the concoction. Onto Miracle down for 90 seconds. IG. Back onto the racks, the live train forcing back Kuroki. Then got the control, XXS, the Manta's down with the familiar stuns, holding him down again, Baboka, the Glimmer King, they go to see him, they've got the detection down, the Sentry Ward is enough for the Solar Subs to come in, but the buyback's there. He's ready to TP straight back into the fight, XXS Q, trying to go in onto Kuroki, GH, wait for Terra, Sprout from Mind Control, holds Q down, he's out. He's got 7 seconds with that Rave time, he's not using it, he doesn't know the Axe, but it doesn't matter, because there's 3 dead on Liquid. None with buyback available, only Mind Control left in the game. He's trying with the all-in tier 4 push.
He's trying his
best. He brought a refresher up so he could get up here in time.
Kuro buys boots of travel.
He's all going in. The tier 4s, can they really push faster than IG's lineup? Maybe they can. They've taken 1 tier 4. TPs are going to have to come back. Liquid are forcing IG back to defend. Mind Control BKB, the pop. They pop Baboka. Mind Control versus Aggressive. He's trying to find that tier 4 tower. Has to be careful. Meanwhile, back at base. The Brax, the Ancient is in trouble. They're all dead on Liquid. IG are onto the Ancient.
Oh my.
And GG is called. IG will take game 1 against Team Liquid. And in fantastic style as well. The XXS Alchemist ruling the game.
He played so well.
And I sort of asked at the start, you know, Baboka support Pugna. We don't see it. It can be hard to do. Absolutely nailed it. 8-4 and 29 on the support Pugna.
The saves, just the clutch saves coming in from either the Decrypts, the 4-staffs as well. Someone kept 4-staffing everybody out, and I'm pretty sure that was Aggressive. So he was playing this Necrophos that just got fantastic saves over and over again with his teammates. And dude, they're so tanky, right, in the fights. Even though there's this much minus armor, the sustain starts to come out. Even with everyone getting, like, they just kept bouncing between, like, low health and then high health over and over again because of this Alchemist.
And no surprises, yeah, look at XXS's numbers there. Of course, smashing one of the predictions as, you know, what was it, 1,000 GPM plus at the highest? He got 1,100 GPM.
I think most people did the 1,000 plus.
Yeah,
though, right?
you got it when there's Alks in the game, as we can see, they're absolutely smashing it there. 1,100 GPM.
I was still pretty surprised how Liquid was able to keep it going for so long, right? After getting halted over and over again, trying to go for those base push, they kept splitting up IG to kind of react to their split push, and then they'd get some pickoffs, but IG overall still looked very strong with XXS on this Alchemist.
They did.
That was
something definitely to be worried about, I feel, if you're a team going up against IG in the future. You've got to be wary of that outpick. It was a 5th pick.
Yeah.
Comes into the game.